Right, let's get into it. Let's see what it takes to keep the RAF, the Royal Air Force, fighting fit while they're staying in their 5-star hotels. Let's get into it.
It's a tough job and the stakes are high.
If we don't have pilots up in the air who are fit and competent, then we're failing our jobs.
Protecting UK airspace is the primary role for the Royal Air Force, and to do this, they have to be at peak fitness. A Typhoon pilot can sustain 9 Gs, travelling faster than the speed of sound, an incredible skill that pushes the body to the limit.
We have to understand what the pilots are going through and then be able to coach them through it.
We're trying to make our...
That is where these PTIs do need to specialise within the RAF, because there are so many different roles. It's like training an athlete. You wouldn't train an NFL player, a rugby player, a football player and a hockey player all the same. They need to be trained differently, especially when it comes to pilots and say the RAF regiment and the logistic guys and the air stewardesses, whatever it is, okay? Pilots will need to be trained differently, and that's where the PTIs come in.
Strong and fit. We want people to stay in the Air Force for as long as possible.
We're going behind the scenes on the RAF's most physically demanding training course.
This course is definitely not an easy course.
I was never going to give up. That didn't come into my mind once.
To find out what makes an RAF physical training instructor.
Once you get here, it's 0 to 100.
We're testing all aspects, all of the time.
These 16 trainees have just 26 weeks to become PTIs.
So what I believe around the RAF PTIs is that they can specialise in 3 different roles afterwards. I believe it's just being a standard PTI within a unit, PJI parachute jump instructor, but I don't know if they still do that. I think they do, but they do it alongside the army as well now. And then you can go into rehabilitation and possibly adventure training, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that's the routes that they can go in. And if I remember correctly, you can go into the RAF directly as a PTI as you can't in the army. In the army, you have to serve some time before you can then go on and become a physical training instructor. Top flight fitness. Yeah.
My name is AS1 Georgia Atkinson and I'm a trainee PTI. Before
Got enough makeup on there. You allowed that in uniform?
starting PTI
I know, boring, eh?
course, I was a firefighter in the Air Force. It was physical, but nowhere near as physical as this.
Get your ass down. That is not a leopard
We saw
crawl.
around about 80 applicants. It's both physically demanding and mentally demanding, and it's not an easy course to pass.
I wanted to do this job, I think from the age of 16, 17, I looked into the role and I decided that is what I'm going to do with my life.
Before I was working at McDonald's as a maintenance manager. My whole family's military, so when I finally got here, it was massive.
Yeah, let's go. Bell. Bombs should be low. Well done, Bell.
80 people applied, but just 16 made it onto the course. Some never get past the intense vetting process. Others fail repeatedly before finally making the cut.
The intense vetting process. You have to complete the RAF 5-miler of death before you can even get onto the course.
Get to this place today, I've taken 4 vet-ins, so it's around 6 years for me.
6 years to get onto this course. Jesus Christ.
Thought it would be easier to get into than what it was, but I wanted it so bad that I've been willing to try for so many years.
You want to be part of the best, so you just join the best. I'm AR, I'm Colin Marshall, and I'm training to be a PTI in the Royal Air Force.
I don't think I would class these as the best. Physical training instructors are needed, okay? They are some of the fittest guys that you will ever meet, especially in the army. Some of them are extremely fit, extremely knowledgeable, okay? But the best of the best, you're talking special forces units, reconnaissance units, mountain leaders within the armed forces. These are just physical training instructors, personal trainers, basically keeping the armed forces fit.
Second time that I've done, I came here once, failed on the first vetting that I had on the bleep test, the shuttle, the fitness test. Took away a lot of points about how to improve and get better. Came back and gave it another go.
3, 2, 1, off you go!
They may have got onto the course, but the real test starts in the gym.
Push yourself! Come on!
The circuit that they perform at the minute is split into 3 parts. Fast, bit deep on the squats. The first part is as many rounds as possible within 18 minutes. They've got 30 wall balls to conduct, 30 burpees, 30 dumbbell snatches, and a kilometre on the bike. Hey, push now on the bike!
When staff teach us lessons in the gym, it is intense because usually you know that something tasty is going to come, a very hard session is going to come.
All the way up, slightly way above your head.
I've never worked as hard as I have when I've been here. I'm Morgan Woolen, currently an air recruit. I knew I wanted to be doing something else. I wasn't ever content. I was just working at a finance company, which sort of steered away from the fitness industry a bit, but yeah, here I am now.
We're still PTIs at the end of the day. We are still very competitive with each other.
The primary aim is to maintain and improve their fitness. We try and get as much education around the session that we're conducting, so they've got an understanding as to why they're performing the exercises that we're asking of them.
Obviously, PTIs not only need to be fitter than the rest of the guys within the unit, or at least fitter than the majority of guys in the unit, because you always get some absolute freaks who can run, but they need to understand why they're conducting these sessions so that when they deliver the sessions, they can then pass that knowledge on, okay? People want to understand why they're doing things. So if you can explain why you're doing this exercise, why you're doing this session, what's the purpose of it, relate it to their operational capabilities, then it's going to make you a much better PTI.
Good, stay tall, drop down.
This is just the beginning. Next, they have to prove they have the stamina to take on Battle PT.
Battle PT.
Okay, start laying down cover.
Obviously, these guys need a bit of Battle PT to make sure that they are extremely fit when patrolling the barrack gates. Okay, I'm taking a bit of a piss there.
3, 2, 1, go!
Out here, it's not just a test of fitness. It's a rehearsal for a real war zone, where they may have to carry a wounded comrade to safety.
Just like they did in the Battle of the Bastion.
Building on strength and trust amongst the group with body carries and relentless reps.
If a casualty is indicated, you've got to revive them with chest compressions and breaths. So 30 chest compressions, press ups, everyone bag out 30 press ups, yeah? 30 chest compressions, 2 burpees and 2 breaths. All right, you keep doing that until that person is revived.
Come on, nice and light.
Absolute shocking leopard crawl. That is not how you leopard crawl.
RAF personnel are required to have a certain level of resilience. Those operations can be physically demanding at short notice, and so making sure that personnel are able to deal with physically demanding situations that require a certain level of physical robustness is important. And Battle PT, as we term it, is a really good way of doing that.
The RAF assesses physical suitability for the RAF regiment and comprises the following elements.
But now,
very interesting to see what this is going to be. This is going to be similar, which I believe it is, to the RFTs, okay? The role fitness tests that the British Army do.
Biggest test yet. Fail this, and it's the end of the road for these trainees.
I think throughout the whole course, it was the one sort of thing I was really dreading.
When you know the raft is approaching on course, the anticipation is really long. The nerves set in.
Stage 1 comprises of 4 kilometres of loaded march, carrying an all-up weight of 40 kilograms in 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's a 4 kilometre loaded march carrying 40 kilos. And it's absolutely shocking to see right here that they've just said this is what they're most nervous about, okay? The nerves kick in. This should be their bread and butter. This should be extremely easy to pass. When I was in the British Army and the RFTs come up, I looked forward to it because it was just a day of fitness. Like, I wasn't afraid of failing any part of it because it is not hard in the slightest. So to hear him say that is extremely worrying, that these guys are going to be the ones teaching and taking this. This is not hard, this assessment. It's actually pretty easy.
It's probably the most, or one of the most physically demanding tests we get the guys to go through on course.
No, it's not. Oh my God. It's not, there's nothing demanding about it at all.
Fortunately for them, if they fail at any element, they fail the whole thing.
Yes, if they fail, they should not be a physical training instructor.
Quick march!
There's nothing fun about carrying like 40 kg of weight on your back.
Look at those Bergens as well. What are they packed with? Like, look at this guy here. What has he packed his Bergen with? Why are you not using and packing it with kit and equipment that you would use out on operations, out on the field? Well, your PTIs as well, this is what you're meant to be teaching. This is absolutely shocking to see.
Like, for some of the girls that I sort of like 2/3 of your body weight.
That fourth lap coming round and just thinking the badge is so close, it's definitely a big motivating factor.
Look at the straps hanging off her Bergen as well. Look at the straps hanging off these Bergen. Watch them when they're running.
Start. Okay, on your feet, let's go.
But this grueling 2-hour assessment isn't over yet. Now they must prove they can stay sharp under pressure.
They're not even real weapon systems, look.
They're fake in the march and shoot.
Fake rifles.
Go!
Next up, a simulated casualty drag. Can they shift 110 kilos of dead weight, a distance of 20 meters, in less than 45 seconds?
It was designed for the RAF regiment, which is open to males, females, everyone to join. The weight is the weight, and whether you're male, female, you weigh 50 kilograms or 100 kilograms, you have to carry the same weight, drag the same bag in the same time.
Yeah, it's non-gender, non-age bias fitness test. And these guys should be smashing it. All of them should be flying through this.
It's not scaled down for you, so you can really show that you're just as good as them.
And lift. 3, 2, 1. Safe lift, lower.
Physically for us it is a lot more demanding. So I think knowing that you've done what they can do and kept up, especially as it was such a big worry for me.
2, 1. Safe lift, lower. Well done, that's generally a pretty tough part of the test in terms of like the physical demands that we ask of you. So all passed, I'd say, from the outside, looked pretty comfortable. Might have felt otherwise at times, but looked good.
I mean, it was very
shocking.
Very difficult, but it's so rewarding now that I'm such a relief that we've got through it. So I'm really happy now, as much as I probably don't look it. I am happy.
And
look, all jokes aside, the RAF, they got some absolute brilliant guys, but the PTI should be flying through this.
One demanding test to another.
That should not have been demanding. No PTI should find any part of that demanding, okay? Yes, it is quite tiring, but it's not demanding. Right? The 4K, 40 kilos is just, you die of boredom. That's the only way you can fail, is boredom. Then you got a 2K run in like 15 minutes. You know, it's extremely easy to pass. And then the rest, you get a break in between. You know, I've met some absolutely brilliant RAF PTIs. Don't get me wrong. You can join straight from Civilian Street. It's quite a long course. They go quite in depth on the educational side as well. Biomechanics, biology, which is really, really good. And then you can specialise in some really good roles. So it is a really good role. It's just quite shocking to see that even the instructors are saying this is one of this is the most arduous part of the course, which it shouldn't be. That's their bread and butter. That's what they're going to be going away teaching, instructing on. They should be the ones, you know, right at the front of it, better than the rest of the unit, apart from the odd absolute freak of natures within the unit. But really good to see some of what their RAF do on their PTI course. Like I said, all jokes aside, some of them are absolutely brilliant. Go and check out the original video if you want to watch the full 21-minute clip over on BFBS Forces News. They put out some brilliant content, and this is actually a great watch. So go and check it out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.